Pranshu is inside the Nadwa Madrasa right now. Pranshu, if you could take us through the latest that's happening over there inside the madrasa.
Well, yes, Akanksha, it seems that the madrasa is clearly trying to ensure that there is entire transparency as far as the conduct of survey is concerned, and that's the reason why we have been given an opportunity to get inside the madrasa. We will, probably very soon get you some official reaction also from the madrasa's management, also the officers out here. But let me just add on to your question which you were asking to the BJP spokesperson. See, it is the survey is basically about all those madrasas which are not affiliated to the UP government's madrasa board. Now, Nadwa, as I said, is a university. University is an autonomous body. It clearly will not be recognized or associated to the local madrasa board at the state level. So, and that's the reason why we are saying that, of course, this Nadwa al-Islam isn't associated to the madrasa board. But starting this survey from madrasa, and I'll ask my camera person to just give you a glimpse of the infrastructure out here. It's a huge place out here. Several student blocks, several buildings, large playgrounds, large building area. As I said, it's centuries old madrasa. So clearly the infrastructure can't be an issue out here. It's not a place where you come knocking to see that how many seats you have, how many classrooms you have, how many playgrounds you have, what sort of, infrastructure you have. Clearly, I'll say that this survey is clearly out of the political messaging. And the political messaging, Akanksha, is very clear that the government wants to send out this message that once we are starting this survey, it doesn't matter that you are a university or you are just a one-room madrasa operating in some bylanes of Lucknow or any other city. We'll go knocking at all the doors. The second point, as I mentioned, is that this place has a strong connection to the Islamic discourse in this country. We have reported at how the president of the Muslim Personal Law Board is also the chairperson of this famous Islamic seminary, the seat of Islamic learning.
Right.
And therefore, when you come in for a survey out here, it's also about a larger messaging.
Also, Pranshu, we saw you have a very detailed conversation with the chairperson of the UP Madrasa Board. What has been their stance so far?
Well, yes, that's right. See, the Madrasa Board's viewpoint is that we are doing this exercise trying to get a sense of all the unaffiliated madrasas, basically to ensure that quality education is given to all students, infrastructure is developed, scientific study is also ensured. But as I said, my own personal experience having reported out of Lucknow for so many years is that at least for Nadwa at least, one can be very sure that, this is a sort of place where you will say that it has the world-class infrastructure, world-class library, world-class teaching environment, and there have been famous several celebrities and famous world-renowned people who have actually passed out of this institution. So clearly the survey here clearly doesn't comes in with a normal benchmark or infrastructure study. It clearly comes in with a larger political messaging.
Absolutely, and that is something that you've also emphasized on as far as the larger political messaging is concerned. Having said that, going by the status of what Nadwa is, should we say this will be a sort of starting point in terms of reaching out or in terms of reaching out to the other madrasas and finding the sources of funding and affiliations as far as the other smaller unrecognized madrasas are also concerned?
Yes, that's right. I think the government wants to send out a message, and that intent could be that no one should feel that the madrasa, the particular madrasa, would be spared. So I think the idea is very clear. Start with the most renowned one, the biggest place of Islamic seminary, so that the message goes out. So I think it is, playing out more to the galleries in terms of sending out a larger message. We'll have to see what the authorities say here. The point the important point here is that at least at the moment, Nadwa's administration is cooperating. So it's rarely that, you get access inside a Islamic seminary like this. And here we have been given this opportunity to get inside. And probably I think there's this, some formalities being done before an official statement comes out from Nadwa. So I think the Nadwa also is, making it very clear that they have nothing to hide. The point also here is that Nadwa has been very strongly associated to the politics of All India Muslim Personal Law Board. We have that statement from the Muslim Personal Law Board, how it was the first major Muslim body to, denounce and reject this very idea of survey. And now when the survey is taking place from the very premises of Nadwa, clearly, the statement both from the Nadwa management as well from the authorities becomes very important. So we'll have to wait probably some more minutes before we get an official version coming in from the Nadwa administration.
Absolutely. Stay with us, Pranshu, because I'm also joined in by Ms. Anila Singh of the BJP. Anila, how would you like to view today's survey that's taking place in Nadwa, considering they've been cooperating so far? Should this sort of set a benchmark for other madrasas which will be surveyed in the future?
My Ram Ram to everyone, and this is the way to behave. I mean, there shouldn't be any reluctancy. Government is doing its job. They want betterment for the children studying in madrasas. If they don't have anything to hide, they should open the doors of the madrasa and tell the authority, yes, go ahead, investigate each and everything. The children are getting right atmosphere, right education. So if there is some hanky-panky business going on, then they show some sort of reluctancy, they protest, and people like Owaisi, they get an opportunity to do some politics over Muslims. But under Yogi government, everything is very clear. You are coming from any caste, religion, any creed, from any sector of the society. So the administration has to do the job. We want progress and peace in the state. So if you talk about the madrasas, I think there are many, many madrasas which were not impaneled. Children were not getting right education. So this is a very positive step from Yogi government, and today they are cooperating. And I really hope that all the madrasa owners, they do the same way. They behave in the same way, and they should not be guided by people like Owaisi or Rashidi.
Also, Anila, under your government, which is in Uttar Pradesh right now and happens to be part of many other states, should we expect an end to demolition? Still a proper survey is conducted?
Absolutely. At least, I can vouch for Yogi government that no illegal demolition has happened. It will never happen. But yes, if your building, whether it is a madrasa building or whether it is not a madrasa building, if it is illegally constructed, if some illegalities are happening there, then action will be taken.
All right. Fair enough. We'd leave it at that. Many thanks to you, Anila Singh, for bringing in all those inputs on our newscast. And with that, let's